Uh, it's going down now. I guess it is. Everything is gonna be alright. You think it won't whiz? Everything is gonna be okay. DG show. No, and not today. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show on a Sunday. And we do it the fun way. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say that we're gonna do this right now. And I'm gonna show y'all what, where, and how. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we are talking about the cap on your feelings. The cap on the way you feel. How many of us have tried to score a cap on the way that we feel? Put a cap on our feelings. Think about it. If we could do it, it would be a beautiful thing to put a cap on our feelings. So, you know how sometimes people are afraid of the way that they feel about somebody, or afraid of the way that somebody makes them feel. They want to make sure they don't get caught up in their feelings way too fast and out of order and out of turn. Well, in us trying to control our feelings, which is not a bad thing to do, we're trying to put a cap on our feelings. I'm only going to like you so much, I love you so much, and everything is going to be all right as long as I get the cap money right. It's kind of like a contract going to sports, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't feel out of sorts, but I bought the farm. I make sure the harm doesn't come to me or my fam. You know how I am. If you hurt them, then you hurt me, and I ain't trying to go out like that. See that? See? So we try to put a cap on our feelings, but how well does it work? I would gamble to say that most people try to do it, especially if you've ever had your heart hurt, or if you've ever had your feelings hurt in a really, really devastating way. But life goes on, and we find that out, baby. We find out that life goes on. And as much as we would love to put a cap on our feelings, it's just not always possible. But we're going to do what we got to do in order to protect our hearts. But it's not even just a love thing that we try to put a cap on. Sometimes if we have anger management problems, we might try to put a cap on that too. So we can only go but so far. You, me, and Omar. Yeah, I ain't going to be all caught out there all up in my feelings like that. So I'm going to put a cap on it like that. It's not a cap like a condom. You can't put a condom on your feelings and whatever. You know what I mean? Because even with a condom, the cum still come out. It still come out. It just don't. Yeah, I mean. So let's get into it. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. And this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this each and every Sunday morning from 11 a.m. till around 12:30-ish. And the reason that we say 12:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday, and it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world, and try to figure out this thing called life. We play on the monkey bars and push each other on the swings and up the sliding board. We play on the merry-go-round and in the sandbox, and we just have a good old recess type good time. At least we tried to, and it's going to happen today. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show, and we're talking about the cap on the way that you feel. What do y'all know about it? What do y'all know about putting a cap or trying to put a cap on the way that you feel? Trying to put a cap on your emotions. What do you know? What has happened that makes you even consider such a concept? Speaking of cap, remember back in the day when your teacher used to tell the class to put their thinking caps on? I don't know if I was the only dummy in the class that thought that there was an actual thing as a thinking cap. Yeah, I'm thinking like, well, teachers are supposed to make sure that you tell the truth. So I'm like, a thinking cap? I didn't know it was a proverbial thing. What up, Rita Reds? What up, Rita? Good looking out. Good to see me, some you. And my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. Sit back, relax, do your thing, Max and chill. And T Carry right, yeah, morning on the night. It's always great to have my peoples going right in your sight. And Stacy White is always coming through, and I'm glad you do. And we gonna get this thing off. Yeah, you too. But yeah, thinking cap. I didn't know there wasn't a such thing as a thinking cap. I used to be thinking like, how come when she tell everybody to put their thinking caps on, nobody actually brings out the hat? What is the like she did she distribute the thinking caps before I got here? Something I know I was on time. I came in with the rest of it. Anyway, try to put a cap on your emotions. Try to put a salary cap, like they have in sports contracts. Now, a salary cap on a sports contract, for those who may not be familiar with that means that a particular athlete can only be paid so much, or you can only pay your players this much on your team, because this is the salary cap for the whole team. So you can pay one player $30 million a year, but that's going to have an effect on how much you can pay the other players that are on the team. So you have to be mindful of your cap space in order to operate your team effectively. That's supposed to give the other teams in the league an equal advantage to be able to progress and advance their team, whether that team is as popular as other teams or not. Now, other teams, as you know, have gotten around that. Like back when they started that salary cap business, the Dallas Cowboys. Well, no, first the San Francisco 49ers. They were the first team to get around it with Steve Young, and they basically built a 1-year playoff team. Like, we're going to open up the salary cap. We're going to blow it wide open and get Deion Sanders over here, and for the strict purpose of winning the Super Bowl this year. They felt like Steve Young was good enough to do it. Joe Montana had already left to go to Kansas City, and so they were successful. 1994, won the Super Bowl that year. Well, they won it in 95. It was the 94-95 season. And I remember thinking to myself, like, yo, that was awfully slick. Who turned around and did it the next year? The Dallas Cowboys. So Deion Sanders and all those other superstars were in San Francisco for 1 year, and then some of them, Deion, went to the Dallas Cowboys, and they won that Super Bowl that year for Barry Switzer, because he had the same team that won back to back with Jimmy Johnson, with Jimmy Johnson. So, but because they did that bullshit, that's why they haven't won another championship again, and probably ain't going to for a long time, because anyway. So a salary cap, that's where we get this whole cap thing, when we start talking about trying to put it on our emotions. So we try to make sure that we don't spend too much of our emotions in one area, because you know how it is. You know how it is to be emotionally spent. You probably know how it is to have somebody drain you emotionally. There are some people in your life that really just bring all of the negative emotions out of you. Have you loving the wrong way, liking the wrong way, feeling the wrong way, which leads to you doing the wrong things, and the wrong things start playing out. So that's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Make sure that y'all hit that like button. Or when my peoples come on up in here, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure that you share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. So, yeah, we're talking about the cap on the way that you feel. Have you ever had to put a cap on your feelings, baby? Have you had to do it? Are you doing it right now? Does somebody have your emotions in a tailspin and got you putting a cap on your feelings right now? Trust is a big, big, big issue when we start talking about needing or wanting to put a cap on your emotions. Shout out to the Green Bay Packers or the fans of the Green Bay Packers. Shout out to my Milwaukee peeps. I know y'all having to put a cap on y'all emotions right now because that shit yesterday was pathetic. And the Packers, because of my Milwaukee affiliation, if I had to have another team besides the Eagles, it would be the Pack. And the Pack are starting to remind me of the Eagles. So much promise. Then they get to the playoffs and be on that bullshit. And I don't get it. With a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, you would just think that they would just win every year. But there is a way to figure him out. And other teams be doing it. I think it's because he's a Sagittarius, though. Nonetheless, his gay ass sold out. His alleged gay ass. According to my Milwaukee peeps, his definite gay. Listen, like I said, I'm sure that, you know, so much money got lost. Money got lost. And I know my people's real mad. Real mad. And probably you know, please don't poke your eyes out. Don't pull your hair out. Don't put a toupee on your bald heads. Don't do none of that. Don't do none of that. Just remember, it's hard to bet on human behavior, man. You just don't know. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. You know what you're going to do, and you know what you can do. Bet on yourself or bet against yourself if you know you're going to fuck it up. All right. But yeah, trying to put a cap on your emotions, man. Trying to put a cap on your emotions. Trying to make sure that you don't go over the top and start playing yourself based on how much you feel for a situation or a thing or a person. You know, by a show of hands, please let me know how many of y'all have ever played yourselves in love before. In the name of love, if you've ever played yourself, please show a hand. If I see a hand down, then I see a hand lying. Stacey White says, I really don't put myself out there the way I want to because I protect my heart. Where I am weak at Jesus makes me strong. Jesus. And we can talk about anything except for Jesus. We can talk about anything except for Jesus. We can talk about anything except for Jesus. They say Jesus is love. Do you put a cap on it? Do you let it flow? Do you see how far it can go? Yo, they say that Jesus is love, but do you put a cap on it? Do you let it flow? See how far it can go? Say Jesus is love, but do you put a cap on it? Do you let it flow? See how far it can go? Jesus. Well. Unfortunately, the reason that we start to put a cap on the things that we do for somebody, the way that we feel for somebody, if we are able to do it, the reason that we even conceptualize it or try to put it into practice is because we have had our heart broken somewhere along the line, or we put ourselves out there somewhere along the line, and it just didn't bring back the dividends that we put it out there in order for it to do. Now it would be different if we was out there looking for money. Look, I'm a show love to this chick so she'll buy me a PlayStation 5 and a pair of Wallabies. I'm gonna put it out there. I want to buy me a PS5 and a pair of two-tone Wallows, some Clark's originals. Find me a woman that'll do that for me. It'd be different if you were out there aiming for things like that, to whereas if you didn't get them, you move on to somebody who would, because you're really just into some material gain. But because you're out there really looking for love to be reciprocated back to you, you're trying to give someone a way to feel good about you the same way you're trying to feel good about somebody else. That's why it hurts so bad when love and emotions and trust is not reciprocated. That's why it hurts, because our whole being is on the line. This is not a plaything. When your emotions are on the line, everything you own, everything you feel, your ability to go on is on the line. It's on the line, baby. You're going to drop this tear at the drop of a dime, baby. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Look out there, being out there looking for sex is one thing. Sex is always reciprocated. It is. You can't have sex with somebody without them having sex with you back. Even if they lay there stiff as a board, as if they were on a slab. She still lets you do it to her. You still you still got it done to. You still got it done to. You got your little nut off. It wasn't the best one. But with love, you can absolutely show somebody a lot of love, a lot of time, a lot of attention, a lot of gratitude, a lot of genuine companionship, and not have it reciprocated back. It's sort of like when you tell somebody a secret and they don't tell you nothing back. Okay, that can be okay until it becomes apparent to you that somebody is getting a lot of information from you to use against you, and they're giving you absolutely nothing to use against them. Now, it shouldn't even be that way. That shouldn't even be part of the conversation, but that's what trust is. Trust is putting yourself in a position to be hurt, and doing that with the total confidence that somebody would not hurt you. TK Wright says, I do cap my feelings as a means to not be vulnerable. Ain't that some shit, Carrie? Because we put ourselves in a position to not be vulnerable, yet we want to meet somebody who renders us totally vulnerable. We want to be with somebody who makes us feel so good that we feel powerless. Yet we fear that power like a motherfucker. Like it feels so good boning a hottie and busting a nut on her back. And that's a fact. It feels so nice hitting a hottie and busting a nut up on her back. And that's one of the main reasons why missionary sex is the primary way of having sex. See, when you hit it from the back, you don't have to look at nobody's face. Nobody sees each other. I mean, when you hit it from the back real good and she looked back like, how many of y'all is it back there? What y'all doing? What y'all doing? I want to make sure I wasn't getting no cruel up. But I'm saying, like, there's no eye contact. There's no eye contact with missionary sex. And I hate the word missionary because it makes it sound basic and corny and primary and whack. But with missionary sex, you lock eyes with each other. You see emotions. You can't just, you can close your eyes, but you can't stop a person from seeing how you look, how you feel, what's going on with you. So if you feeling like it's going to show, not with hitting it from the back. Oh yeah. Oh my God. This is all that. This is the. Not only that, but you can kiss, suck titties, all that kind of stuff in missionary position. Now, y'all might say, what does this have to do with putting a cap on your emotions? When the man is on top and the woman is on the bottom, like it's like God intended for it to be, you know what I mean? Which is the best position, because when missionary position, you could pick up the legs and all of that. You could flip them to the side. It's still all missionary. You know, like there's so many variations of the one thing. But the bottom line is, it's harder to put a cap on your emotions when the man is on top and the woman is on the bottom. That's why some women like to ride, so they can have that feeling. Like, I can see if he really enjoying this. Like, it's control. I ain't mad at, but putting the cap. Oh wait, well, let me hold on. TK Rice also says that's what I do initially, until I feel like I can trust the people to handle my thoughts and dealings with care. Once I trust you, I'm like, bring it in. Okay, that's what's up. Stacey White says, you have to be careful when it comes to trust. Unfortunately, I wear my feelings on my sleeve. I'm not trying to play myself at 51. It ain't no different at 51 than it is at 21. I was online today. I saw an interesting meme. on Facebook this morning. I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. TK right says, too many people take advantage of that power. Stacey White talking about, I am blushing. Why are you blushing for? I saw a meme this morning online. I thought it was interesting, and it said, should you care about falling in love after age 35, or even more less after age 40? And what the meme was basically suggesting was that, like, after age 35, you shouldn't be caught up in your feelings anymore. You shouldn't really care about, who loves you or who you love or whatever. So it was, it was sort of like, it was sounding to me like you pretty much taking yourself out of the game after age 35, 40 or whatever. And I responded to the meme. I said, actually, I think love is more special and more potent and more important after age 40. I said, because after age 40, the stakes are much higher. When you're younger, all that falling in love and all of that shit, for a lot of it is false. A lot of it is for appearances. A lot of it is because you think that it's time for you to start a family, have kids. When I say appearances, that goes very deep. It goes into what your family thinks about what you're doing, people at your job, your neighbors, your friends, people you grew up with, people who had ambitions and aspirations for you outside of yourself. And when you're younger, your sense of self is a lot lower than what it is when you get older and you've experienced things and have gone through the relationship ringer and the emotional ringer and has had the emotional tolls taken upon you that you're not able to process when you're younger. And if any men who are listening right now understand what I'm talking about, as far as when you're dealing with a man, when a man is dealing with a woman that's over 40 years old, he'll notice, like, this love is different, because her expectations are different. Now, this is more so her life. Before, it was appearances. It wasn't all appearances. I'm not saying that when you were younger, you didn't have feelings inside and that you didn't love deeply, but your future was different. because your future was in front of you. If it didn't work out, you knew that you had enough time to make it work out another way, whether with that person or without that person or with somebody else. After 35, 40, your kids are growing up a little bit more. Some of them have left the nest. You know, you have more financial responsibilities. You done got dug in. You're setting your ways more. You've seen a few things. Then took your bumps and bruises. Won some, lost some, drew some. All kinds of shit. You've seen where your emotional outbursts can get you. You may have even done some jail time over the shit. You done got past all of that. You done realized that all that slashing tires, breaking windows, and all that violent shit. You've seen that, oh yeah, it'll get me through the moment right then and there, but it don't pay the bills going forward. It actually makes bills going forward. But it don't help nothing. It didn't really make me feel better. You get like when you're like 40 years old, you realize that your future is right now. Right now. I gotta make it happen. You know, you got to make it happen. So happy. It's real shit. It's real shit. As far as I'm concerned, your real emotional relationship life starts to take shape after 40. Shoot, these 40-year-old women, they're going to let you know exactly what it's going to be. When you was in your 20s, yeah, it might have been like, well, yeah, you know, if a man ain't going to do this, he ain't going to do that. You know, it was a lot of material things. Like, if he ain't going to provide, if he ain't going to help with the kids, if he ain't going to blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah. After 40, like, wait, man, I don't need you to take care of my kids. But I definitely need you to be serious and take care of me. And I'm going to show you and tell you exactly what taking care of me means and what the benefits are to all of that. Before, women was giving out pussy. It was like, yo, you want this pussy? This is what you got to do. After 40, it's like, it's the same pussy. Shit is still golden. You know, the pussy is still golden. You know, like, you know, treating my twat like it's golden. Treating my twat like it's golden. Treating my twat like it's... Oh, shit. It looks like Instagram. What happened on Instagram? Oh, shit. There's no Instagram. I'm going to have to restart Instagram. What happened to Instagram? Oh, shit. It went right back to it on Instagram. Way to go, Instagram. All right. Instagram. Okay. But anyway, yeah. The stakes are higher at 40. So when we start talking about putting a cap on your emotions after 35, after 40, yeah, fuck after 35. After 40, it gets rare. Extremely rare. But by the time you get to be 40 years old, you probably are so consumed with putting a cap on your feelings, because you've seen what can happen to you in your 20s. You've seen what can happen to you in your 30s. You've processed all of that hurt, that pain, those emotions, those good times, those bad times, those motivations of those motives that other people have had towards you and against you. Or should I say for you and against you? Yeah. You've had to live that life. You done got a couple of years up under you now, and shit is very real. It's real, son. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Has anybody successfully put a cap on their feelings, or do they feel like they have up until this point? Let me know. Let me know. And if y'all would like to call into the show, and express the way y'all feel about this topic, I invite y'all to call in. And the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's a number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. 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 319-527-6199, baby. Urban Therapy with Sun Show, Sun 752. Behind the microphone. Oh, Instagram. Y'all can't see the microphone. Behind the microphone. It's the microphone. It ain't your microphone, but it's the microphone because we on YouTube. YouTube.com/SUN Sun 752. All right. So, has anybody felt like they have successfully put a cap on their feelings? I used to run around here saying that I did. I've always considered myself to be emotionally balanced. Like I don't fall in love too much. I don't love too hard. I don't get too angry. I don't get too happy. Blah 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 blah. But I realized I'm more so practicing putting a cap on my emotions. There's still things that make me mad as shit, frustrated as hell. There are times when I feel like, yeah, well, you know. Let me just put it this way. Unfortunately, I feel like my disappointment has made me the man that I am today. And yes, I would love to be able to say that my pleasures or my victories or my successes has made me the man that I am today. But I think my disappointments have strengthened my belief in myself and hardly anybody else. It's not easy for a person to prove themselves to me. And I don't ask them to do so. But some people have, and I'm impressed by them because I'm more of a cynical person, you know. I'm like, if it don't happen, I won't be surprised. Ain't no big deal. You know. But if it don't happen, yeah, I understand. That's just life, you know. But I think it's important not to fall into the well of it ain't never going to happen to me. It ain't in the cards. I'm not good enough. I'm not nice enough. I'm not handsome enough. I'm not skilled enough. And some of those things may actually be true, but all of those things you can work on. Even being handsome enough. There are things you can do. Like I cut my beard this morning. I think I did a good job. Anyway, um TK right says love can be found at any age. That's a stupid meme. Well, I think what they were trying to say is that you shouldn't be concerned about it. Like you should be over love. I'm like, what do you mean? You'll never be over it till you get it. Life ain't shit without it. Nar says, if one knows themselves, that cartoon love can't penetrate the armor. Mm. Oh, yeah. Cartoon love. Okay. And Carrie Wright says, real love after 40 has a similar high as love at 15, but now you are able to be free because you know yourself better. Plus, you ain't got to be sneaking around your mom and your dad house. Now your kids might catch you. Your kids might catch you. But one thing I've seen firsthand is that your kids will get over it, or you'll get over your kids catching you. Your parents, not so much. Your parents are not supposed to catch you fucking. It's such a disappointment, you little hoe. And yeah, I'm talking about the boy and the girl. Both of y'all little hoes. Nasty. Oh, nasty ass no mom. Shoot. How you gonna be having sex to the point where you can't hear? That's what I want to do. I want to have sex so good that I can't hear. Like I ain't even hear him coming. Yeah, I wanted some ear blocking. I want some ear blocking sex. Yeah. That might be what I shoot. When I was a teenager, that's all I did was look out, was listen out for the ops. That was the one leg on and one leg off. I barely ever had sex naked when I was a teenager. I, for sure, not till I was like, nah, I almost told a lie. I was gonna say not till I was 18. Like, no, I was 16, 17. But it was rare. It was rare. Pants down to the ankles, no farther. Take too long to get them back on. You're gonna fuck up everything. Wear a long shirt. Just in case just in case you bust. You know. All right. She says, or at least for the people who aren't jaded and still capping their feelings because of past pains. Stacey White says, when love is involved, making it easy for them to pay with your emotions just to see where you are, even if you got a cap on your feelings. Well, you might be transparent enough for somebody to see how you feel about them. When the love is real, it's hard to hide. Because love makes you do things that you would not otherwise do. Buy gifts. Talk on the phone for hours. Tell all your shit. Let them see you without your weave. You know what I mean? Let them wash your hair, grease your scalp, some shit like that. Which shouldn't be a big deal, but we are we are what we are, where we are, and how we are in this world. Yeah. Shout out to all the women out there that got a little hair on their chin or a little hair on their chest. That would cover just about all women. I see you. I ain't saying you got a full chest beard. Nothing like that. And I'm definitely not saying that you got a mustache or a beard on your face. Just know that God fortified y'all with a certain amount of testosterone also. And you should be thankful for it, because testosterone is actually the feel good, confident hormone. It's that estrogen that's fucking up the whole game with that pessimistic. It ain't never gonna happen to me. Everybody just trying to play me, and I can't trust nobody but myself. That's that hormone. It's not totally negative though. If it was, then women wouldn't live so much longer than men do. Shout out to estrogen. But yeah, shout out to y'all women with a little facial hair. Shout out to y'all who cut it off. Shout out to y'all who let it stay. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to all y'all. It's gonna be all right. It's all right, baby. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Okay. So we keep it moving. So we keep it moving. Stacy White says, love to have you cooking on weekends when you normally don't cook on weekends. Well, damn. Liking should have you doing that. You know what I mean? Loving should have you actually paying for the food. Mm-hmm. But it's levels to this thing. It's levels. It's levels. It's levels. But yeah, man, trying to put a cap on your emotions. Somebody broke up with you, left you out there. They basically ghosted on you. That might make you put a cap on your emotions. All right, that ain't gonna happen to me no more. That ain't gonna happen to me no more. I'm gonna see to it that nobody ever hurts my feelings again. Like Mary J. Blige said, I've been there and I done that, but I promise never to be hurt again. Never again. Fuck out of here, Mary. I love you, Mary, but nah, baby. There ain't a thing you can do to be sure that you'll never get hurt again. You know? Nothing at all. But just know that even if you do get hurt again, it won't be the end of the world. It's not the worst thing that can ever happen. It's more of a rite of passage than anything else. But this too shall pass. Yes, it will. It's just going to hurt before it passes. Sort of like constipation. Oh, it's going to come out. It's going to come out. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's going to come out. But the more you try to put a cap on your emotions, the more you'll realize that cap is vulnerable. That cap is suspect. Because you're only trying not to get hurt. It might be better to just concentrate on having a good time. And love should show you a good time too. Let these cats out here tell you love is all about pain. It's all about disappointment. It's all about hurt. All of those things that's more what life will have in store for you. But there's more to life than that, and there's more to love than that too. Trying to put a cap on your emotions. And it's not always about relationships. You might try to put a cap on your emotions for sad things that happen in your life. Like, we're getting to that age now where we have to really take into consideration the mortality of ourselves and of our loved ones. We're not at the age right now that we expect to have our loved ones there for a long time. And I hate to say that, and I don't want to sound like I'm on some doom and gloom shit, but it's so real. I've lost people, and I know that y'all have too. And so we're at the point right now where we're trying to hold on to the people that we have. at the same time, we know that we are not God. We can't keep them here. We cannot keep them here. As bad as we want them to be here, we can't keep them here. We can't keep them here. So we have to put a cap on our emotions to prepare for ourselves, prepare ourselves for when we get that call in the middle of the night, or when we get that announcement. When we get that Facebook notification. So we don't want to be feeling like, because death is inevitable, we're just playing a waiting game for everybody to be gone, including ourselves. That because that's not going to allow you to live a good life. And we want to live this emotional good life, right? So what we can do, and what we often do, is we try to put a cap on our emotions so we can prepare ourselves for tomorrow if it doesn't come for some of us. We don't want to be the ones acting out, falling out, and showing out at the funeral. Oh my God, oh my God, oh, over the casket. If you ever been in one of those, if you ever been to a funeral where you've seen somebody really crying over the casket, hugging the casket, say, no, don't roll the casket out. No, my God, oh my God. If you've ever seen that, you know what I'm talking about. And although to some people who haven't been there, it sounds totally ridiculous. But when you've seen it and you know that the person that's going through it is actually feeling that shit, it's like, damn. No cap on them emotions. No cap. But you got the cap on yours. I didn't cry at my dad's funeral at all. I thought I had already cried enough before. I bet you I cried every day after that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? No cap. No cap. I thought I had the cap. The cat blew. The cat blew. It is what it is. Ain't nothing to be ashamed of. That was my man. I miss him. Wish he was here. He can't be. You know? But the cap blew. So it's not the first time that my cap is blown. It won't be the last. Let me see. Narcil says, side question, where's Cherry Cherry? Dana Dane, she might have left us in 2021. Certain people, I ain't seen them in 2022. I think we got left by, I think, Norris, I'm trying to tell you, that's what I'm saying. If you haven't seen some of these go-getters, I'm saying we need the content, you know what I mean? What's going on? I think we got left in 2021. I think we got left. Wigs, lashes, beards. TK Wright says, I've always kept my feelings though. It made me feel like I was in control. There's no, it's trying to exercise self-control, and there's nothing wrong with that. We just have to understand the fallacies and the pitfalls that go along with that. Like, we just have to understand that it might not work. Okay. Stacey White says, don't even know how love sneaks into your life when you've been done with love. Yeah, you can be done with love, but until love is done with you, Lovey looking at your cap like. We're going to the movies, then to the park, then to the court till it gets dark. Anyway, people always saying silly things. Like, okay. No, it says hormones have a way of muting logic. How about this, Norris? Maybe logic ain't what we think it is. Maybe what we've been calling logic, see, we've been using math. We've been trying to take social science and add it up with math. Like, that don't make no sense when he had this and she had that. So why would he do this when it could mean that he was going to lose that? See, we do the math. And you know, with math, what you do on one side, you have to do on the other side, right? And it all adds up. See, math is full of laws that can't be broken. No matter how you do it, you put the same numbers in, you're going to come up with the same shit. No matter what. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. The basics. That's why math has nothing to do with our daily lives. Shout out to the 5% Nation of Islam, because they incorporate supreme mathematics into their daily living. So everything is supposed to be logical, and it's supposed to add up. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, freedom, power, equality, God, build, build and destroy, born cipher. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, freedom, power, equality, God, build and destroy, born cipher. Cipher, born, build and destroy, God. Wait a minute. I used to do it back and forth all the time. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, freedom, power, equality, God, build and destroy, born cipher. Cipher, born, build and destroy, God. Cipher, born, build and destroy, God, equality, power, culture, freedom, understanding, wisdom, knowledge. I used to do it back and forth. Anyway, that may not apply to our emotional lives. Maybe, well, evidently, if we're going to start talking about logic, evidently there is another source of logic out there that we haven't tapped into that does not jive with the logic that we have been taught. Because mathematically, it ain't adding up. Just because you have this, just because you've done that, does not necessarily mean that you're going to do this, that, and the third, or that this, that, and the third is going to happen. There must be another system out there. So you know how, I don't mean to stray away from the topic, but this is real shit. You know how we have been taught that something comes from something else. So our system of creation makes us always wonder, well, how was God created? If God created the earth and the heavens and the universe, the galaxies, the Milky Ways, the entire universe, well, who created God? Because from what we have been shown in this world is that in order for something to exist, it had to come from something else. And that's whether you see it or not. That's whether you find out where it came from or not. Nothing can exist without being created by something else. Well, maybe there's another system of created that we are not privy to, or that we have not been shown. Because something, some entity would have had to have created God. So perhaps there's another system that we are not aware of, and that we will not find out about until we are out of this world. You know, we keep trying to find ways to astral travel. We keep trying to find a way to get from here to there without filling in the space in between. Don't we keep doing that? It keeps not working, right? So in our system, one thing has to come from another thing that pre-existed. Well, maybe there's something else out there. Maybe there's another mathematical world out there that sometimes creeps into our world that defies mathematics. Which I think. What you know? What you think now? What you feel now? What you know now? To be real. Shout out Sherlyn. Ooh, our love is real now. You know that your love is my love is your love. Our love is here to stay. Hey, now. All right. Stacey White says, don't even know how love sneaks into your life when you, my bad. Oh, damn, I already read your shit. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. Mm-mm-mm-mm. My bad. My bad. But yeah, trying to put a cap on your feelings. I got my feelings hurt. My friends abandoned me. They left me out there when I needed them the most. I was always there for them. They was never there for me. I bet you I won't be fucking with them no more. As a matter of fact, friends ain't friends. Oh, you know what? But friends is okay. I tell you what friends are better than. Friends are better than family. Because your blood be selling you out. Your blood sell you out more than non-blood. See, my non-blood family members are the real family members. They the ones who kept it 100 with me. They the ones that was always there. They was the ones who never sold out, except for these motherfuckers that just sold me out. But your blood family members, those are the ones always in your pockets. Those are the ones that make you feel like you're obligated to help them out. Those are the ones that were supposed to be for you against all odds. Those are the ones that are supposed to be there for you by default, and they be always defaulting on the default. As it says, you got me thinking mathematics by Mos Def. Mos Def is dope. Always has been. Always has been. But yeah, there must be another math out there. A math that we have not considered yet. It got to be something. Because this math that we're doing is literally not adding up emotionally. It ain't adding up. It ain't doing what we needed to do. It ain't doing what we needed to do, baby. But it's going to be all right. Yeah, you know it's going to be all right. Think it won't. Trying to put a cap on your emotions. Excuse me. Trying to put a cap on your emotions. I'm only going to feel but so much. I'm only going to feel but so much. I ain't going to let y'all get me all caught up again. No. And I understand. It's the instinct of all living things to try to protect themselves from harm. And emotional harm is way worse, is way more damaging than physical harm. Yeah, when you slammed your hand in the car door, that shit hurt like hell. But once your hand healed, you was all right. You know, once the cast came off and all of that, you was all right. But when that person that you love so much called you ugly and worthless, they ain't invented a band-aid for that. They ain't invented a band-aid for that, baby. You know, being ugly is one thing. Being worthless, what goddamn? It's like that. It was. So trying to put a cap on your emotions, it's a fair thing to try to do. Stacey White says, God knows I'm very careful who I call my friends. Yeah, yeah. What about your friends? Will they let you down? Will they be around in the end? What about your friends? Will they be low down? Will they be around? Or will they turn it back on you? Yeah, man. I mean, being betrayed, being, having someone turn it back on you, sell you out in your greatest time of need, that is a tough situation to be in. Tough, 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 tough. Tough, 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 tough. But life goes on. Life does go on. And it seems to go on a lot smoother when you found a way to put a cap on your emotions. When you found a way to put a cap on your emotions, when you found a way to be able to cope, you found a way to be able to exist. You found a way to keep on living. You found a way to be better. You found a way to be better. You found a way to be better. 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 Narciso says, emotional maiming is real. Who caps more? T. Carey Wright says, who caps more? Between who? Speaking of who caps more? A lot of women think that men are so emotionally stable. A lot of women feel like men don't have any real feelings, or they don't get in touch with their real feelings. I'm like, well, how come it's always men that are out here doing murder, suicides, and stalking and being outside your job, bitch? I fucking love you. You, as soon as you get the fuck off work, we're gonna talk about this shit. We're gonna handle this shit. Yo, Shonda, I fuck that shit. I think a lot of men try to put their caps on their feelings, but it all comes out. Why? If men are so emotionally strong and able to put a cap on their emotions, then how come a lot of these women can't get rid of their baby dads? Don't say it's just the pussy. I mean, that might have something to do with it, but shoot, I mean, pussy can make a man very emotional. when it's good. Women have copped out to the dick making them emotional. I was dickmatized. It wasn't me. Your Honor, he was making me have multiples every night. I had to ride, Your Honor. But somebody got to stay home with these kids. So send his bum ass to jail. I'll hold it down. Y'all can put an ankle monitor on me. TK right says, never mind. You answered this the other day in a sense. Okay. Stacey White says, when you beat on your desk, you vibrate. I know. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. You gonna beat on the desk. You gonna beat on the desk. You gonna beat on the desk. Gonna beat on the desk. Gonna beat on the desk. Go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. PSK making that green. Bongos coming up. Let's go. All right. I'm about to get on about it here. I mean, putting a cap on how many instruments we're going to play today. But hold on, because we haven't done it. It's 2022. Putting a cap on your emotions. It's stuff we got to do. Especially since it's like, yeah. I put a cap on it. 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 Sometimes you gotta feel the way that you feel. It ain't nobody can do nothing about it. It's real. And it's real enough for you to feel like, yo, why do I have to go out like, yo? But it's gonna be alright as long as you keep your head above you. Don't let nobody shove you around, push you. Even though it's gonna feel like you have to, but you don't got to. And not you, but somebody else is going to really try to get with you. Your mental health is on the line. But just like the sun, you shine. And I ain't talking about the sun like me. I mean the real one, see? The one that's up in the sky, yeah, high. Just like that shit. There's 93 million ways why do we do what we feel. And still, it has nothing to do with the way the day outcome comes through. But I believe in you, and you should do the same goddamn thing too. I want to thank y'all for coming through today and rocking out with the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I, for one, feel a lot better. So I'm going to extrapolate and say that we all feel better. And I ain't going to put no cap on that. I ain't going to put no cap on that. We all feel better. We all feel better. We all feel better. It's going to be all right. Let's do these birthday shout-outs and get on up out of here. Let's do these birthday shout-outs and get on up out of here. We have some birthday shout-outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious Sunday, January 23rd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man. Wait a minute, I didn't even do the damn shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 23rd, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Taisha Johnson. Happy birthday to you, Taisha. And also Dion Schoolfield, turning 51 years old today. And also Kevin Haley, turning 43 years old today. And Maria Fullen, turning 35 years old today. And Rhonda Flowers, turning 64 years old today. And Sophia Yeren Kiyiwa, turning 35 years old today. And Darcy L. Rofe, turning 38 years old today. And Dijanabu Leith, turning 38 years old today. And Faisal El Awa Mohammed, turning 43 years old today. And Jay, Post. Yo, the old head, he passed last year. Yeah, or 2020. Well, rest in heaven, old head. Good dude. Or Abyssinia Naphtali, happy birthday to you. And Renee Hill, turning 58 years old today. And the real deal Lisa Hill, turning 52 years old today. And last but not least, my brother, there will never be another, Maurice Munch Watts, turning 51 years old today. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious January 23rd, anywhere out there in the world. Worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do the thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, listen, check it out. Peep game and drop it. Trying to put a cap on your emotions is something that we feel like we need to do, especially when somebody makes us feel like we can't trust, we can't feel, we can't express, which is something that kind of keeps us enslaved. And there's nothing worse than enslavement as far as I'm concerned. And there's nothing better than freedom as far as I'm concerned either. So in order for us to feel free, sometimes we feel like we have to enslave our own emotions by putting a cap on them. We put limitations on the way that we can feel so that we can feel good about the way that we feel. There has to be another way, but until we find that better way, this might be the way that we're gonna rock out with. What y'all think?
60 seconds.
What you think? Well, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it, see how it goes. We're gonna try it, see how it goes, man. I want y'all to have a great day today. No exceptions. I want y'all to rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. We will be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. for the Daily Go Get 'Emism show. Yo, the Cincinnati Bengals are going to the AFC Championship. Y'all fuck with that. And I hope they go to the Super Bowl and win that shit. They done been to the Super Bowl multiple times. They ain't never get. It's time for some new Super Bowl blood, man. It's time for some new Super Bowl blood.
10 seconds.
Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love y'all right back to life. Let's do it. Get my blog talkers on up out of here. I holla. And for my Instagrammers, Yo, Five Slammer Jammer, thanks for coming on through and let me exercise my grammar.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through it. I see you on the other side, my boobers. Don't forget to share the show, like the show, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Love is love, baby. Peace.